Leah.
Hi. We're on the bright lights again. Do we need those lights that bright? I can't even, I'm seeing spots. What's with Leah, everybody? When you're a star, you have to learn how to work with the lights. You have to, when you're walking
Better
the
light than the shadow.
You have to just pretend that you don't see the lights. I've had so much experience at that over the years. I'm surprised it's annoying me. Maybe I should put on my sunglasses. I'm going to bring my sunglasses next week. Oh, you're going to die these sunglasses I got in LA. You're just literally going to die. People are making fun of them when I wear them on Jeff's show. I don't care.
Is that okay?
Yeah, it's much better.
Good, there you go.
Yeah, all I need is like a hat, a sun visor, and some sunglasses. Okay, so, all right, so let me tell you what's going on. So, they're talking about infrastructure, and everyone's been talking about the broadband. Well, it just collected to me. I just got connected. That's why the Wi-Fi keeps cutting out all the time, right? It's because of broadband. Is that right? And like the phone and everything?
Well, yeah, that can be part of it because the broadband is the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, so that's the Wi-Fi. So they need to put money into the damn Wi-Fi. You're driving down the street, the radio cuts off. You're on the phone cuts off. In LA, you can't even talk on the phone. It cuts off in the middle of a sentence. If you stand like this and you don't even move, it still cuts off.
Yes,
So,
I had a lot of those moments with you while you were in LA.
It's very aggravating. So, and then you go outside, it cuts off, whatever. So I saw this article online that you can put aluminum foil. I think I told you. And I put all the aluminum foil on my phone, and it didn't do a damn thing.
Yeah, like the rabbit ears.
Yeah, like the rabbit ears. So now I found another article, and we're going to test this. You take the aluminum foil and you wrap it on each one of your fingertips. So I'm going to make myself some fingertips, and when I get on the phone, I'm going to dip my hand into my foil tips. I'm going to hold my phone like this, and I'm going to see if that works. I'm going to try it.
I need you to let me know when you're going to do that so I can be at the house to photograph it.
No, I'm telling you, there's an article, and they had a girl, they had the person's hand, they have all the oil, the foil wrapped around everyone. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to wrap it around, I'm going to leave it long, like if they had long fingernails, and hope that it like really sucks in that energy. Anyway, so there. Now there's a Sotheby's sale coming up on jewelry. I know this because I was flashing through Instagram, which I really do that because it's so time consuming. And it's the same thing. Everybody posting a fake life or fake lips or fake boobs or fake butts, or then once in a while you get into some substance, but it's a lot of nothing on there. But I don't even want to follow or unfollow whatever. I just scroll through it when I'm bored in the middle of the night. So I run across this diamond ring. I recognized it. It was 22.11 carats. I said, boy, that ring looks
First of all,
familiar.
that's hilarious. I saw this diamond ring and I recognized it I was your child.
I recognized this diamond. It said 22.11 carats bulgari. I'm like, I know that stone. That was a ring that a friend of mine who passed away 5 years ago bought back before I was pregnant with RJ. And I had thought about approaching her husband after she died about maybe seeing if I could acquire the ring, and I figured he's eventually going to put it in Sotheby's. They're going to charge him a 17% seller's fee. Maybe I'll approach him. But then I thought, oh, it's so tacky. I'm not going to do that. And I just blew it off and forgot about it. Well, it's in the Sotheby's auction. So now somebody's going to get a ring. It won't be me because I'm not paying those buyer premiums. That's too much for me. Oh, let's see. Oh, another thing. I read another article about these hand sanitizers that were widely available all last year that had very high levels of carcinogen in them, which leads to cancer. That was on Bloomberg, if you want to look it up. So you have to be careful what kind of hand sanitizers you're using.
Yeah, there were like every month they were like listing more, or every week they were listing more during the pandemic. There was a lot of them that were coming from other countries that had methadone and all kinds of stuff in it.
So now I'm back to my original question. Do we want to have a hand sanitizer lotion or hand sanitizer serum, and are people going to spend $25 for it? Mm-hmm. I don't know. I mean, it costs a lot to make it right. If you're going to have aloe, you're going to have the right kind of minerals and vitamins, and you're going to have the sanitizing that's not harmful, and you're going to have the CBD, it's going to cost a lot to make. So I hate to gear up and start making it, because then COVID goes away and everybody says, oh, I'm not going to use hand sanitizer anymore. On the other hand, if you're smart, you're going to use it the rest of your life. Mm-hmm. And I started thinking, I I'm hoping that the finer restaurants, and every restaurant really, but at least the ones that are a little bit expensive, make these waiters wear masks forever as part of their job.
Well, I mean, at least in the near future, I think, until we get to herd immunity.
Germ spread 6 feet. Do you want to sit down and eat something that a waiter put in front of you, knowing they're 2 feet from it, when you know germs are spreading 6 feet, even if they just talk, just droplets from talking? So now maybe I'll get skinny. I'll be afraid to eat anything. I don't know.
Kyle Clark is asking, he's asked like 5 times if you brought your Easter bonnet.
Can you believe I forgot it was Easter? I totally forgot it was Easter. Sorry. I forgot. I guess he rose and fell. I forgot the whole story again.
You forgot.
Anyway, so thanks for Kyle, though. You know, I'm trying to get that hat in LA when I go back this summer and see if they have it in that store. I swear it was like 3 feet tall. I thought this would just be fat. Maybe if I put foil on that hat and wore that hat when I was on the phone, maybe my broadband, which needs desperately needing infrastructure budget money, would go through. Anyway, so what do you guys think about that all-star game moving out of Atlanta? Do you all agree or disagree?
Well, I do agree. I mean, I think that, I think that the politicians that, like McConnell and all of them, that are now speaking out saying that corporations should stay out of politics, that's hilarious coming from them, because they're the first ones with their hands out getting money.
Send me your money, then go away.
Then get away.
Shut up.
Yeah, so for me, I'm all for it. And I think that any state where they try to, suppress voters.
Well, that's going to be 40-something states.
Yeah, it's horrible. Even here in Florida, they're doing it. It's a joke.
Oh my God, Florida is just one big cesspool. What do you think, Raymond? You think they should have moved that baseball game? Just shake your head, yes or no. Nobody. You do? See, the problem I have with it is I feel bad for the people that were going to make the money.
But
the people that are losing are the little guys on the street that were going to peddle all their stuff. And it's like a no-win situation.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bad situation. Like, I saw, what's her name talking about that?
Yeah, and Stacey Abrams.
Stacey Abrams, yeah. And she had a very good point, like you're saying.
Very good point. But, it's like you can't keep rewarding bad behavior. And then this jerk, oh God, the governor there, Brian Kemp, the one that supervised his own election and he happened to win, he came out and said, well, we have the same voting statutes as Colorado. And then everybody's like, then just adopt Colorado, because Colorado has same-day registration. You can send in a ballot with no excuse. They're like, it's a completely different world. They just lie. How do you lie like that? That bothered me.
And like the thing that really bothers me is when you dig into the law that they passed, like the fact that they can't even approach people with water or food while they're standing in line, knowing that the majority, after they've decreased the amount of locations you can actually, the polls, then you've got to go wait in line 8-10 hours to vote, and you're not allowed to eat or drink or get out of the bathroom or anything.
They're cutting it off at 5 o'clock. So if you work, you have to choose between taking hours off work, if you can get hours off work, or waiting in line for 200 hours.
I wish Biden would make Election Day a national holiday. I mean, I don't know what all goes into it, but I think everyone should have that day off.
Every other damn kind of holiday. Yeah. But I don't know. I feel bad about those poor people in Georgia, and they counted on that all year. Now they're going to take it to Colorado. Well, Colorado, I mean, they don't need the money as bad as Atlanta does. I hate to tell you. There's less people there. The cost of living is less there, whatever. Meanwhile, I have spent at least 2 hours a day for the first week, and then an hour a day the second week, and then 30 minutes a day all this week, and I'm now down to like 15 minutes a day, maybe even more, unsubscribing. I'm on every list. If there's a list, I'm on it. And I have been unsubscribing all day, every day. And I feel guilty because I know people feel like, oh my God, we lost a follower, like I'm one of a million. So I always fill in why. I can't just go unsubscribe. I have to. They go, well, optional, would you tell us why? And I'm like, I'd rather just say no and move on. But I go, because I'm on too many lists, and I don't have the time to go through them. It's like, why don't you just say unsubscribe and move on? Because when someone unsubscribes on our list, we're devastated. So I want to know why. So I feel like I've got to give them the same respect. Oh my God! And then what else is going on? I was going to tell you. So did anybody do anything on Easter weekend? I didn't do anything. Did you do anything?
I mowed my lawn and I tended to my roses.
Jason, did you do anything? Oh yeah,
he
Jason
was sick. Yeah.
I didn't do it.
That's going to be me next week. I hope not.
Well, you know what happened is there's a very small percentage of people that get a little sick from the second dose. And did you get sick from the second dose? No. Roy, nobody that I know did except
Yeah, my
Jason
parents didn't
and me.
either.
I did, and Jason did. No one else I know did, but Roy did, and nobody else did. But anyway, so he was sick from that. But it was not. You're not sick. You just don't feel good.
Right.
You don't feel like getting up going anywhere.
Yeah,
It's not like you're sick.
Yeah.
So.
But I did, after that happened to him last week, and then today on the Today Show, they were vaccinating all the hosts of the Today Show because they wanted to do it live so that people would be more encouraged to do it. But then when they were asking the doctor about the second dose, he said, well, most people, he says, are seeing some types of reactions. He goes, but he says, it's not, anything horrible. And it's certain age groups, and they think women are more targeted and things like that. But they said it depends on your immune system and how elevated it is at the time.
It also says that if you do feel the symptoms,
it's working. That's what he said. Yep.
Okay. So that was that. And now a fourth of the country is vaccinated. So there's that.
That's great.
And the CDC is now saying they don't recommend that you fly, but you can safely fly if you have, 2 vaccines, you're 2 weeks past the second vaccine or 2 weeks past the J&J vaccine. But the airlines are saying they're just opening up. They're opening up wide open. Now, I wouldn't fly if I didn't have to right now. They're having record weekends. People are just pent up and tired of it. Just got to ride it out a little bit longer. You know what? If everybody wore the damn mask, and even if you stayed 3 feet away from everybody, if you just did that would hold us over till everybody got vaccinated. But people are so selfish and so stupid. I'll never understand why people can't just put on a mask. If you can't see, you put on your eyeglasses. When you're in the car, you put on your seatbelt. I mean, it's just, if you get cut, you put on a Band-Aid. I mean, you just put on a mask. People make such a big deal. I just can't with it anymore. Back to, let's see. So the travel guidelines have changed. And by the way, every state now in the U.S. has the variants, the UK variant, every state. And Florida has 14 variants. I wonder why. Let's go to South Beach. I mean, if the wind blows in our direction from South Beach, we're going to get sick. It's the whole ozone layer here. Then meanwhile, they got out 4 million shots in one day.
Yeah.
Trump couldn't deliver 4 million masks shipped to an airport in a day. Yep. And he got 4 million shots. These have to be refrigerated. You have to fill out a form. You have to have a medical professional give it to you. I mean, this is a complicated thing. The refrigeration alone, he got out 4 million in one day. When I think back to the Trump administration, they couldn't even drop ship 4 million gallons in masks to a place where you could literally fly by and drop it on the ground and they could go out and pick it up. They couldn't even get that done. Can you imagine him trying to get all these shots done, being air conditioned, having to have the temperature controlled and having to have them delivered and organizing the lines and organizing the paperwork and organizing the healthcare professionals? They brought in FEMA, they brought in volunteers, they brought in retired nurses, retired this, retired that, what's that guard called? The National Guard. They have brought in the whole world to make this happen. So we should all say thank you, because he has very competent people in that cabinet of his. I'm just telling you, like him or not, he's got professionals in there.
Well, I saw yesterday, not by party affiliation, they asked the general public if what they thought about his response to the coronavirus.
70%.
70+% of the people said that they thought he was doing a good job. So you can't complain about it.
And people can't complain either. They're getting those checks in the mail. And listen, I don't care if we overspend a little bit. I don't care if a few people got the checks that didn't need them. The most important thing is when a problem is that big and the hole is that big and the void is that big, you waste a little money, You're saving people's lives, you're saving the economy, and you're saving people from getting evicted. So if you know what, if a few people took advantage, that's on them, and that's not good. But you know what, if they did, they did. I don't care. I don't mind paying more in taxes just to save basically people's lives and the economy.
That's what,
believe me.
Jeff Bezos said that yesterday too. He said that he felt like that the corporate tax should be increased on the wealthy for sure.
Well, Bezos paid zero in corporate taxes, so $1 would be an increase for him. That
was it him or was it Amazon?
That was a generous. I doubt it was Bezos, but that was a very generous statement for somebody that pays zero. You can pay $1 and say, "I told you they should raise it."
He's also the wealthiest man in the world now.
Yeah,
Once again,
that.
even after the divorce, that was the most costly. No, this morning they came out. He was number one, and Elon Musk was two.
That wife is so generous; she's given away billions of dollars to charity.
And she married a school teacher.
She is such.
I love her.
I love this woman. I mean, she was the real deal. She's like, I don't need all these billions. How many billions can I use? I'm going to give it away.
Yep.
Started giving away money, and then the guy she married was very charitable oriented, and he said it's just such a gift being able to help her decide who to give all this money to. I mean, wouldn't that be fun to sit around and decide who to give the money to? I mean, I can think of a lot of people I'd like to give a lot of money to. Meanwhile, that's the COVID story. Now, I'm watching The Voice again. It doesn't seem to be as great this year as usual. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm over it, but that's on again. And nothing else is on that's new. Are any of the housewives back yet? Or is anything on?
Well, Dallas is on right now, and they're about halfway through that season. And the
I don't watch that
Beverly Hills trailer is supposed to come out today. And
I wonder if Bethany's going to announce her engagement.
No, I wondered the same thing. If I was going to say Bethany's got a medical emergency, she can announce as soon as they release it. The New York Housewives, they're promoting. It comes out May 4th, I think, and then everyone knows what's going on with Salt Lake.
Well, may as well get the Housewives over with. So we've already covered them. Yeah, Salt Lake. I sent James the picture. They really did hit that girl in the eye.
Oh wait, this was let's clarify that.
Africa.
No, it was in South Africa, in Johannesburg. Johannesburg, yeah. So it was the Real Housewives of Johannesburg. They canceled the show in the middle of production of the next season because two of the cast members beat one of the other ones to a pulp. You should see her face.
Can I tell you why?
It's horrible.
In the States, they wouldn't have canceled it.
They would have given her a raise.
They would have said, "You get more money."
They'd have handed him a new contract, is what I would have said.
And this girl that's got the legal problems in Salt Lake, they're probably going to pay her more so she can stay out of jail to keep filming so they can get all the gossip.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Well, she's crazy. Like, she had to go appear in court, and then she left and went and got her hair done.
Priorities. I'm surprised she didn't do it before court.
She did have a glam squad before she went, too, so I don't know. It's crazy.
Hey, so the dogs went to the vet this morning, two of them. One of them had to have 2 teeth pulled, and the other one had to have the teeth cleaning, so that went on. That's why the little baby's not here today. RJ had to get his passport renewed, so I made him go with me to get the photo. I made him let me comb his hair. He was complaining the whole time. I'm like, you're going to be having this picture for 10 years. We're combing your hair. And he's like, "Oh, Mom, you're embarrassing me." I'm like, "Are you ever going to see these people again?" "I don't think so." "You don't go." "What happened if you go to FedEx?" So we did that. And then we've been driving up to Cooper City to the chiropractor on Saturdays. It feels so good to do that. And let's see. Oh, another thing I've noticed. What is wrong? Remember in Miami when you used to be, everywhere you drove, they had the food trucks on the side of the road. Mm-hmm. They don't have them anymore.
Because of COVID.
Is that why?
Yeah, because of the COVID. They couldn't.
What does that have to do with anything? They're bagging the stuff individually. It's safer to grab a bag and stick it in your trunk than to go into the grocery store, buy it after 20 people have touched it, put it in your car, bring it home, wash it. It's much cleaner to just buy it on the side of the road.
Yeah, I think they're relaxing that now, but that's why you didn't see it.
Oh, they stopped them from doing it?
You weren't allowed to. It's just like with the restaurants and everything. You couldn't do it.
Well, I didn't know that. But, Freda likes the fruit from the road. I mean, I'm telling you, she can tell the difference between the fruit on the side of the road and the fruit at the grocery store. Mm-hmm. She can tell the difference. I'm just like, I just want to buy the cheapest, quickest one. I just want whatever. I'll pop my trunk, put in a bag of everything. How much? 25 buy. Okay, moving along. Let's see. Oh my God, I'm watching that Floyd trial. Oh my God, that Chauvin trial. Are you guys watching that?
Yes, I've been.
What do you think?
I mean, it's horrible. I mean,
do you think that the prosecution has already proved the case with that beyond a reasonable doubt?
I think so.
I think so too. Yeah. I think they've already proven the case.
The issue is going to be the guy that was his best friend that was in the car with him, and that's the one that they're trying to go. to.
Why is that going to be an issue?
Because they're trying to get him to say that he
gave him drugs.
But that's going to bother. That then there's a pending case of him, against him.
They're not going to give him that unless they give him immunity. Number one. Number two, doesn't matter if he gave him drugs or not.
Yeah.
The autopsy is going to show that he died from asphyxiation from the knee to the throat. So. And by the way,
I like the way the judge handled that, though, because he told him, he said, you both sides give me a list of questions of what you're going to do, and then I'll decide how we're going to handle it.
But you know what? Here's the bottom line. This is how I see it. The question is very simple, and it's yes or no. Would Floyd have left the premises, whether walking, handcuffed in a police car, or driving, or as a passenger? Would he have left the premises if Chauvin would not have held him on the ground for almost 10 minutes with grinding his head and neck and
I agree with you.
into the ground?
And I think that
the answer is he would have left the premises.
Yeah.
So therefore, the result of death is back on the cop again.
No, and I think at the end of the day, too,
I wouldn't be a juror on that
the prosecution's approach to say that they were that the people standing around were causing the issue.
No,
and not that
defense.
I mean the defense. Sorry, I thought that was so stupid. I was like, that is the dumbest thing I've
they're
ever heard in my
desperate.
life.
They don't have
They
defense.
really are desperate.
It's desperate.
Yeah.
You know, to me, it was just so sad. And that that Chauvin. You sit there and wonder what is going through his head. He's like, I'm really sorry I got caught. That's what's going through his head. It's not I'm sorry that I did it. I actually kind of got pleasure out of it. It was kind of fun. It's like killing a deer.
That's exactly right.
Kill a deer, kill it. It's like I kind of enjoyed it, but I got busted.
So my mom used to always tell my sister me, you're not sorry, you're sorry you got caught.
But I will tell you this, that the police chief that testified.
Yeah, he was great.
If they had a police chief like that in every city, he was so credible, he was so smart, he was informed, he's well trained, he was articulate, he explained everything in very basic terms so even I and every other person could get it. He was fantastic, and he has integrity and compassion, and he came out right away and fired those 4 cops. He didn't wait till the public pressure came on. He fired them right away. And I thought, that man made every good cop very proud. And Chauvin made every bad cop look like they are thugs. Anyway, that was that. And then, ask me anything. Are you okay with Jeff riffing me on the vase? He's a mess. Have you talked to him, and why is he blaming you? I talk to him often, and I didn't know he was still talking about me on the radio, and I could care less, because when I go there, I'm going to set his ass straight on the radio, and I could care less. He's a hot mess. We're friends, so I care less. He's kidding anyway. But you know what? Everything with him's drama.
He's your 50-year-old teenager.
Everything with him is drama. I changed the moisturizer from the serum to the moisturizer because he had just sold the serum, and he just had to make a big flipping out. You changed it on me because you want to make more money. What are you talking about? There's no difference in the money. It's a matter of you just sold them the serum, sell them something they need. Oh, whatever.
You should have been, I'm losing 10 instead of $5.
Instead of losing $5, I'm going to lose 10 because he wants to buy it so cheap. The new House Crimes or Miami reboot. Oh, I'll believe it when I see it. Dick Cateros, what exactly does the serum do? Oh, the CBD. Well, the serum, any serum, helps to moisturize and helps with the texture and the tone and the skin in your skin tone. But the one with the CBD in it has all the properties that CBD has, which you could go on our website or list out all the different properties that CBD has. We don't make claims about healing. We don't make claims about psoriasis. We don't make claims about acne. But if you read the testimonials, you'll see what other people say about it. So I would suggest go to my Instagram account and look at the testimonials, and then go on the website and look at the testimonials or the benefits of CBD. But everybody needs a serum. How many? That was from DKECKERS, and thanks for the question. Suzanne, the other one's from Rachel Guzman and MAJNOTGELLA. Susan, 212, how many times a week should I use the facial? Well, and also when you use it, listen, some people don't add any water at all. And that's when you're going to get the most tugging, the most pulling, and it's going to dry like a cast. Other people add a little water because they want it to go on smoother and they don't want to wait as long for it to dry. And other people add more water because they want it to dry quickly and they just kind of want a quick pick-me-up. When I tell people, when you first start using the mask, the results are cumulative, so they build on each other. So if you get results the first day and then you maybe diminishes a little, but then you pick up results and more results, and it diminishes a little, then you pick up results and more results until you get to the point where you go to a maintenance program. I used to do I used to do before and afters of people, and I don't even know what happened to those before and after pictures. This was like in the late 80s. Where we would have them use it 3 times a week on one half the face, and then go to twice a week on half the face, and then once a week on half the face, and then a maintenance of once a week to once every 10 days. And I'm telling you, it looked like they had a stroke. It did. The one side was up. It was up. The brow was up. The cheek was up. It was contoured. The neck was up. Everything was up. I'm not kidding you. It just was. And the pores were smaller.
They were snatched.
And their skin was clearer.
That's what they say today. They were snatched.
Whatever. I mean, I don't like to tell. I like to under-promise and over-deliver. So I never like to say, oh, it's going to be the whole there. Go read the testimonials and try it for yourself, and then you tell me. Because I've had maybe in this last 5 years, one person say that they had some kind of little reaction to it, like a little felt rash or itched or whatever. I mean, it's just incredible. It's like our #1 product. The eye cream's #2, the serum's #3. But anyway, use podcast as PODCAST as your promo code, and you can get 30% off of the CBD products and the mask. By the way, for a limited time, it's on there now. It's not always on there. By the way, we have a new website, leahblack.com. Apparently, everybody's just saying it's just whipping through and it's fast and easy. We're now taking Canada orders on the website instead of having to go around the website to do it. And you got to check out our new bath balls. We wound up calling them, I forgot we wound up calling them, CBD Beauty Soothing Lavender Bath Treatment. I love them.
Yeah, they smell great.
I do. It's funny. I just have to have them. It's the strangest thing. I told you I tried a few in LA, and when I ran out, I missed them. Now I'm trying them, and one time I even put 2 in because I put too much water in the tub. I'm like, I'm going to put 2 of them in there. They fizzle like Alka-Seltzer. Have you tried them, Raymond? I mean, they're fantastic. Your skin feels soft and supple, and it's not dry, and I don't know. And it's relaxing. I love them. So anyway, I'm addicted to them. They're not, how much are they, James?
They're $60 for a dozen, and you can get them on subscription. If you sign up, they're 40% off, and if you use the promo code, you get 30% off on them. Yeah.
But they're expensive. They're kind of a break even for us because the shipping box costs a little bit more, and they're not cheap, but I just love them so much, and I was like, I don't think you can push the envelope selling them too much. But anyway, Then we have our #1. We have our scent #1. You're going to love this. People are spraying it on the pillows, the sheets, the fabrics, the room, in the bathroom, around the desk, in the office. I love it. I think it's fabulous.
Yeah, it smells great.
It smells good. I like the packaging. James,
might wanna-
the packaging.
You might want to read what it smells like there so people can know, because they don't really, I mean, it's kind of hard to sell a scent over there. But it's on the paper highlighted there for you.
Oh, you highlighted it here.
Yeah,
okay. Clean citrus, beginning of BERGAMOT, Bergamot, lemons and lemongrass. They develop into a floral bouquet of magnolia, jasmine, and lily. The notes rest on a long-lasting base of KOA wood and white musk. Perfect for calming your senses. Can you send a case of this to Jeff right away?
He needs to bathe in it.
Shane and ask him to spray, to go around all day, every day, and spray this on him. Okay. Leah's life lessons. One life experience and public perception are not the same. So that's my life lesson this week on my Instagram. One's life experience and one's public perception are not the same, and that is true. And if you doubt that, look at these phony people and then go look in behind their closets for the skeletons. Here's a testimonial. I love this testimonial. It's a woman, she's got her masks on. She goes, I decided to treat myself to Leah Black products a month ago. I enjoy all of them, but the moisturizer is my absolute favorite. I'm not sure my skin will ever recover from the mask, the acne that we're getting wearing the protection 10 to 12 hours a day. Just when my skin starts to feel better, the hospital supply of PPE changes and we get a whole new batch of masks from an off-brand. But I do know that the CBD CBD Daily Face Moisturizer awaits me. I start my morning and end my day with it. It feels amazing. While I'm sure it makes me look fabulous, more importantly, I feel amazing. Emily RN. Did you get back with her and tell her what I said about the oil?
Yes.
Because I'm telling
Yeah, I
you,
did.
she loves that for
Yeah.
the mask. If you put that oil on, either under or over the moisturizer at night before you go to bed and in the morning before you put the mask on, that makes all the difference.
And listen, we've had several people who have commented on that are in the healthcare
medical,
industry.
yeah.
They say that the CBD oil is like really been a game changer to keep their face from getting the matney, as they call it, from the
Yeah.
masks and everything.
It's terrible. And
Yeah.
their pores clogged too, you know,
Yeah.
and it's the poor people. It kills me why people just won't wear their mask and stay away from people and just stay outside and try to help so you don't go to the hospital and overwork these poor people that are just killing themselves trying to keep everybody else alive, and half of them are getting sick too. We talked about the housewives. The only thing we didn't mention on my list of housewives was Beverly Hills. Should be interesting because of the pretty mess. Erica, her legal problems. I hope she doesn't have any. Let's see what happens.
Well, something came out this week. Did you see that about that her signature
house.
was on something?
Yeah, she signed some
Signed some
documents.
that proved that she didn't know about it.
I got to tell you something. I got to be honest, and I told Roy this. You know what? He could be setting me up to go to jail.
Yeah, for
Because
sure.
Roy goes, sign this, and I go, oh, okay. And then Scott, the office, sign this. I go, okay. And then Jordan is going, okay. So I don't read all it. Who's going to read 20 or 30 pages of documents from the bank or from the, the IRS or from the, you're just relying on, if you're married to a lawyer, she's married to a lawyer who has a law firm. You're assuming that they're reading the documents and vetting the documents, and that they're not giving you bad advice. So, I mean, listen, she's very good and talented, and she's very pretty, and she can sing and dance and trot around, and she looks good in the whole thing. But I don't think she's that smart of a legal mind. I don't think she's like smart enough to Mel, maybe I should really read every word of this.
Yeah.
And why would she go out and hire an independent lawyer? I've never gone out and hired an independent lawyer to read anything that I've signed. I don't know. I'm just hoping she doesn't get entangled in it. It's a bad, sad case.
It is. It really is.
In royal news. So now there's a big discussion. Do they want Prince William or do they want Prince Charles? Well, talk about two choices.
Really? I mean,
Wow.
wow. That's like.
I'd rather have Prince Harry be the king. He's the only one with charm and personality and a heart. The other ones are just cold and smug and entitled. I don't know. Anyway, so Prince Philip got out of the hospital. He's got another history. And apparently, in the middle of the night, he waves to the commoners. He's waved so much throughout the day, through his whole life, that it's something that he just automatically does at night. He waves to the commoners. Oh, I think you're supposed to wave your hand like this.
Yes.
Can you imagine that? Oh, what's your job? Oh, I wave to the commoners. Oh, is that your job? All day, every day, I wave to the commoners. I've been waving to the commoners for so many years that I automatically wave to the commoners at night when I'm sleeping. Oh my God, I can't with these people. OK Magazine says that Lady Campbell says that Princess Anne was the royal that was referring to what color will Archie's skin be. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I believe that. Is she falling on her sword? Are they making her a scapegoat? Oh, you believe it was her, Jason? Oh, why do you think it was her? Because at the time she wore the Paramore brooch?
And also, that's a sort of sense of humor.
Oh, that's her sense of humor? Yeah, but what makes you think that it wasn't either Charles or
That was either Andrew or her, I think.
Andrew?
Yeah, because he's also got a very dark sense of humor.
So you think it was Andrew or Princess Anne? So you don't think it was Charles?
No.
And you don't think it was William?
No.
Well, I'll say this. Harry seemed very protective of them. He wouldn't say a word about it. So that would make me think he's not that worried about Andrew and he's not worried about Princess Anne. I'd love to know. Just love to know. And by the way, I said from the beginning, it doesn't mean it's a derogatory remark anyway. I mean, I don't think you could be very curious about, do you think the baby's going to be, a more white or more chocolate or more black without being racist. But who knows what context they said it in. Yeah. But why would they be thinking about it?
But why would you even bring it up?
That's like, I mean, why would you be thinking about it? Yeah, it's got a stench.
I just want to clarify something really quick. The home scent is not on promo because we've had some people asking. They're saying that the bundle deals are also not on promo.
Well, they're already on discount.
Yeah, there are the bundles we already discount for you, so they're never on a promo code. And this is a limited edition item, so it is also not on promo.
So we only have a few of those. We have a limited edition.
And we need to take our 5-second break for the commercials. Can we do that real quick?
Oh, if we have to.
We'll be right back. Sorry. And we're back.
In other royal news, the Queen's been wearing her rarest of brooches to royal events lately. So I'm wondering if that's going to be her swan song. She's going to trot out all of her most valuable brooches to her final appearances. I'd love to have any one of those brooches. Oh my God, they're all
trying to remember
fabulous.
Leah, I think while you were in LA and it was late one night and I didn't see, I think there's a documentary on the Queen's jewels that came out like a few weeks ago, and it's like this whole thing about the jewels, and I think it's like on National Geographic or something like that, isn't it?
I have to watch it.
Oh my gosh! And I was watching it, and I was like, oh my God, Leah would die if she could see these crowns and all this stuff.
If I had necklaces and brooches and crowns, I would literally have to be walking around like this all the time. Hey, how you doing, James? Everything good? Rima, is everything okay over there? Jason, what's new? Yeah? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was going to go on Sunday. Are you going to go on Sunday? Yeah. Oh, I'll call him back. Tell him I'll call him back. I'll call him back. Yeah, sure. Oh, yes. I'll definitely call them back. Oh, excuse me, who's on the phone? Yeah, I'm looking at something now. I'll call him back later. That's what I do all day, every day.
That's what you said on Jeff's show. That you just put your diamonds on and walk around your own house because you don't wear them out in public.
I'd have to have mirrors everywhere on top of my hand mirror, and I'd have to have the lights that featured my jewelry that made it look the best. So
pin spotlighting around you.
Is known to have an extensive collection of jewels, including valuable brooches handed down for several royal generations. You'll never see any of that in the Christie's auction. Nope. Some of Her Majesty's brooches boast impressive sizes, while others contain large diamonds and precious stones. This is the case of her Williamson diamond brooch, which she has sported at royal events. Don't use the word sported in with that, where she has sashayed in at the different royal events. The astonishing piece boasts of the finest pink diamond ever mined and one of the world's most rare. The monarch received the pink diamond for her wedding in 1947 by Canadian geologist Dr. John Thorburn Williamson. The diamond was cut and polished in 1953. It weighs 23.6 carat. It's mounted by Cartier and placed in the brooch. Oh my God, can you imagine? I'm having she has
Leah's having palpitations.
Armies, bracelets. Oh my God. But you can't wear your jewelry anymore. I'm locked all mine up at the bank. I locked everything up at the bank. I have a few little things out that are mostly costume because everything's being stolen right now. I don't know if people are that desperate. The world's just changing.
Yeah.
I just, maybe it's just become so common. I don't know. But in LA, there's robberies. There's just robberies everywhere. So
someone tried to break in my house last week.
Yeah. So. I just lock everything up at the bank.
Listen, it freaked me out last night. I increased my insurance. It scared me so bad.
Yeah, of course.
I'm going to cover my Versace sneakers.
I mean, if they come to my house, they're going to get a bunch of costume jewelry. I don't have anything anymore. Fabulous out. Anyway, so that's what, with this in mind, the value of the provenance would far outweigh the diamonds in hundreds of thousands of pounds in value. So basically they're saying because they were the Queen's jewels, they're even worth more money. Doesn't matter what they're worth. They're never going to sell them. Mm-hmm. Because, I can't imagine they're ever going to get rid of the monarchy. People are always keep saying,
they always say that.
It's going to be the end of it. It's never going anywhere. The people over there love all that pomp and circumstance. I just love everything about the palace. I just love to be I could be a guest there and stay there and have my own butler. And, God, I give up everything but my dogs.
You can have Roy and RJ, but I'm taking the dogs.
It's a problem with the dogs. You can't even get them into the UK. So the Oscars are out. Best performing, the female for the lead Oscar role, Cate Blanchett, Michaela Cole, Nicole Kidman, Anna Taylor-Joy, and Kerry Washington. Does anybody have an opinion? I didn't see any of them. I only saw The Undoing with Nicole Kidman.
The Undoing was, and it was a horrible ending. So I hated the show
They're
after I watched the
guessing.
ending.
This guy, NBC.com, is saying the winner is going to be Anya Taylor-Joy, The Queen's Gambit. Outstanding
Maybe.
performance by male actor in a television or limited series. Bill Camp, David Giggs, Hugh Grant, The Undoing, Ethan Hawke, or Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah, I think he might win
That's
for that.
what they're
that
suggesting.
HBO show he was on.
Outstanding performances by female actor in a comedy. Christina Applegate, Linda Cardellini, Kaylee Cuoco, Annie Murphy, or Catherine O'Hara. And
Catherine O'Hara will probably win because
what
it was the
they're
last
thinking.
year of Schitt's Creek. But I will say I love Christina Applegate in Dead to Me. So
yeah, I didn't see any. See, we didn't watch anything because I don't want to go to the trouble.
and
to
the
figure
last
out
season
how
of
to stream
Dead Mean's coming out now. So
it. Male actor in a drama: Jason Bateman, Sterling Brown, Josh O'Connor, Bob Odenkirk, Better Call Saul, and Reggae Jean Page. I did watch Better Call Saul. They're thinking Jason Bateman. He's due. He's never.
these are the
won
Emmy
one.
Awards, aren't they? That you're doing? That's not the Oscars.
Oh, yes, that's
Yeah.
the Emmys. I know what I'm talking about. Oh, yes, the Emmys. Outstanding performance by female actor. Gillian Anderson, The Crown.
Yes,
Ugh, they think
she
she's gonna
was
win.
amazing. I was
She was
telling
pretty
somebody,
good.
I told my dad last night, he doesn't even watch it. I said,
She was
the
good.
woman that played Margaret Thatcher was so
She was
good.
good.
She won
Yeah.
the Critics' Choice Award. didn't
Olivia
it?
Colman,
Or
The
Screen
Crown.
Actors Guild.
Emma Corrin, The Crown. Julia Garner, Ozark. Laura Linney, Ozark. Yeah, that Gillian Anderson. I loved that film, The Crown. I'm sorry, I just loved it. It was so good. Male actor in comedy: Nicholas Hoult, Daniel Levy, Eugene Levy, Jason Sudeikis.
Sudeikis. Yeah, he's in that new
and
Amazon.
Rami Youssef, and they think Jason's going to win.
Yeah, he's winning everything this year with that.
In a comedy, The Dead to Me, The Fight, and that's an ensemble. I don't know where the rest of the ensemble is. That's mixed up. Whatever. Moving along. Well, that's enough of all
Somebody
that.
asked, we were wrong. It's not the Oscars. It's
That's the
thing.
Emmys, yeah.
Yeah, it's the Emmys.
The performance by a female actor in a leading role, they think it's going to be Viola Davis, but it could be Frances
Yeah.
McDormand in No Man Land, or Carey Mulligan, or Amy Adams, or whatever. Let's see if there's any other big names. Chad Boseman is going to.
Chadwick Boseman, he won.
He's going to win.
And what's her name won for the same movie? You just said. What's her
Yeah,
name?
the
Viola
Ma
Wills.
Rainey's
Yeah,
Black Bottom.
Bottom, yeah.
Yeah, and they think that, and the motion picture, they think it's going to be either, Da Five Bloods, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Minari, One Night in Miami, or The Trial of Chicago 7. They think Chicago 7. I saw that. That was great. If you didn't see it, it was really good. The acting was so good. The whole thing was good. And then, by the way, what's his name? Conan, what's his name that did the thing with Rudy Giuliani, the film?
Oh, Sacha Baron Cohen.
He's been nominated for some stuff.
for the
so all of a sudden, this crazy
Trial of the Chicago 7.
Yeah, this crazy. No, he was nominated for something else too. I think.
That's
Maybe
the
the People's Choice or something. But he's been getting a lot of recognition lately. Everybody used to just laugh at him. He's become like the real deal now. Celebrity cameos. Who do you think? If you know, don't answer. Who do you think gets the most amount of money for doing a cameo? Do you know, James? Don't answer if you know. If you don't know, guess.
Who gets the most
The most money for doing a cameo.
in a motion picture?
No, cameo, like, where people go online and you buy the cameos for $100, $200, $500, like a celebrity cameo.
Yeah.
Who do you think gets the most?
Oh,
of
I don't
all
know.
Celebrities.
I don't know.
Okay, Raymond, who do you think? Jason? Celebrity cameos. Come on, everybody take a guess. Who do you think would get it the most? I mean, would it be, would it be like, what's her name, Ellen, what's her name?
Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson, no.
Like Ellen DeGeneres
No,
or
it wouldn't
something?
be Ellen. Yeah, who do you think it would be? Prince Harry, Meghan? Who would it be? You're gonna faint. Guess how much this person gets?
I heard something about like
1,875 pounds in Europe for a cameo.
who is it?
Caitlyn Jenner.
Oh, I probably. Yeah, I believe that.
What? I can't believe it.
A Kardashian.
Yeah. And he's also saying he may run for governor. I just can't. I just can't. Yes, that's what it says. I can't believe it either. Okay, meanwhile, that's according to gqmagazine.co.uk. Harvey Weinstein's lawyers are suggesting and arguing that his sentencing was unduly harsh and excessive. He got 23 years. Do you think it was unduly harsh and excessive? No. Jason, you said yes? No. James? No? I do. 23 years, that's a life sentence to somebody his age.
Yeah.
I know, but do you think he should go to jail for the rest of his life for some things he did 20 years ago? I mean, I think it's wrong what he did. I think some of it's wrong what he did. Some of them maybe came out afterwards and could have said something earlier. I don't know. I just think that's a harsh, 23 years. That's the rest of his life. I don't know.
I don't look at it as the rest of their life. I look at it as when they got caught, and then they should have to pay the.
Well, he lost his wife, he lost his kids, he lost his money, he lost his reputation, he lost his job, he lost his business, and he lost his freedom. I mean, at some point, how dead can you squash a cockroach? Mm-hmm. I mean, I just think it's a lot, but whatever. Mossimo, Mossimo, Jill, you know, the guy married
from the college
guy.
Yeah, the college scandal.
He got out of jail. He was whining the whole time. Massimo. He was whining, complaining the whole time. That's called white privilege. I mean, he got 6 months for scamming a school, and he's complaining about it. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's a woman in Georgia that got 6 years because she registered her kid's address in a wrong zip code to get him in a different school. I mean, I think that's a little absurd.
That's ridiculous.
Whatever. I don't think I don't think he necessarily should got more. I think she should got nothing or less.
There's a fan of Julie and Brandy's on here, and she just said she's a big fan of yours too. She's just been saying she enjoys it. Her name's Catherine.
Catherine. Hi, Catherine. Oh, I miss those girls. So, meanwhile, the Capitol break-in had another break-in and another cop died. And you know what makes me upset about that? They had these barriers stopping the roadblocks, and they took it down 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, if they'd have just left that roadblock up until they got more police officers in there, the guy would still be alive. But these Republicans, of course, had to politicize it again. You know, oh, you're trying to keep the American people out of the Capitol. No, we're trying to keep people safe from dying. And now this poor cop is dead. And it's just unbelievable. I can't believe it because they brought in this guy, this retired general, Honore. He suggested an additional 450 police officers. Mm-hmm. They don't have 450 police officers. You've got to hire them, you've got to train them, or you've got to recruit them from outside the city. And they don't pay enough for someone to relocate to Washington, D.C., where the cost of living is sky high to be a police officer. So they knew they didn't have enough security. So why are they having to be politically correct by taking down these barriers to the Capitol? Let people walk if they want to. Make them go through metal detectors. I just can't believe that poor cop. Another cop died. And the first cop that died from that insurrection, I'll never get over that either. That broke my heart. Yep. They brought that little thing of his ashes to the rotunda. And it's just so sad. He was so cute. And he just died because some jerk sprayed him with mace to the point that his lungs collapsed. It's just, and that guy, apparently, they caught that guy, and he's in jail without bail.
What's funny is how many people they've arrested out of Fort Lauderdale. Like, it's like the hotbed. It's the hotbed of everyone that went to the Capitol.
Well,
the Proud Boys.
Who lives in Fort Lauderdale?
Exactly.
No, who lives in Fort Lauderdale? Roger Stone.
Yeah.
And how much you want to bet that when it's all said and done, we're going to see Roger Stone and Jason Miller, and a lot of these people are going to have their fingerprints on a lot of the stuff that went on.
Yep.
How much you want to bet? Oh, God, that was so upsetting. So, in good news, the job reports 900,000 new jobs, 900,000 plus new jobs. And then everyone's complaining, the Republicans are complaining about the infrastructure, right? They don't want to spend any money on the infrastructure. Meanwhile, what's happening in Florida? They're having to pump water out because of the phosphate leaks in Tampa that could kill people if it leaks into the community. So they're pumping the water into the bay. And by the way, is that safe that they're pumping the water into the bay?
No, it's causing another problem.
And that's causing a different problem, including the wildlife that's going to die. Then, on top of that, that's drinking water as well. Then they had to evacuate people. So the cleanup is going to cost more than if they would have taken care of it properly with maintaining the country's infrastructure. And then the other economists, several economists, including Goldman Sachs economists, have come out and said that the $2 trillion in infrastructure is a decade past due. We'll start there. But in addition to being a decade past due, they're saying that it's going to pay for itself 1.5 times, because all these people are going to go to work and get off unemployment and get off of, subsidies, and they're going to pay taxes on the money that they make, and it's going to put millions of, I forget how many hundreds of thousands of people to work. So what is wrong with the government? The government is supposed to be for the people, not for the billionaires. They listed the top 10 companies the other day that paid no taxes. I wish I would have made a copy of them, but it was just unbelievable. It was Amazon, it was FedEx,
General Electric.
General Electric, it was
General Electric hasn't paid taxes in 20 years.
Amazon. All these people don't pay taxes. I would say with General Electric, if you're doing a public service like providing, broadband, or you're providing, phone lines, or you're providing this, maybe that you get a pass on. But on all those profits, you don't get a pass on that. Just like when they gave the $2 trillion tax cut, when Trump came out proud as a peacock, lined up with Mitch McConnell and all these people behind him, the ones that now telling the capital businesses to stay out of politics. We don't want you in politics. Well, they were all lined up behind him because they got a $2 trillion tax break. I know this guy in Vegas, I can't think of his name, recently passed away. He saved something like, $1 billion on taxes, and then he donated $600 million to the Republican Party after he saved $1 billion on taxes.
Yeah,
well, that's like me. Okay, listen, I'm going to give you $1, but I'm going to save $1 million.
Yeah.
We'll let these billionaires pay their fair share.
So I just looked that up really quick. So some of the companies in that list
Yep.
are FedEx,
Yep.
Starbucks,
Yep.
the Dow Industrial Average, Occidental Petroleum, EOG Resources, Netflix also did not pay. And those are the top five.
Paid no taxes.
0 taxes.
Now, by the way, when the tax thing came around here, we paid almost 30% last year, every year. So here's a small company
Nike.
like us. Nike
Was another
one. Oh, yeah. Well, that's, oh my God. Okay, so here's a small company that's paying 30% or 28% or close to 30 or 30, whatever. And then you got these billionaire companies paying nothing, but then they're using the roads, the broadband, the waterways. They're using all the things that need infrastructure rehabilitation. They're using to make their multi-billions of dollars, and they don't want to pitch in for the infrastructure. I think you go to these top 10 companies that haven't paid taxes in 20 years and say, we need $2 trillion for this infrastructure, and call it a day.
Yeah, here's
what I think.
Here's the list of the 15, but when you look at the ones we were just talking about, like Nike, they did $2.9 billion last year, and they did not pay any taxes, which they should have paid $109 million.
Yeah, so
The Dish Network did $2.5 billion last year in U.S. income. The software company Salesforce did $2.6 billion in it, and none of these companies paid taxes.
So there was an article in the New York Daily News. Trying to get a COVID vaccine is like playing a game of roulette. And
Whack-a-mole.
it showed all the things you have to go. Start. Sign up. Over 65 years old. Start. Try to sign up. Special connections. Zip over here. You're vaccinated. No computer. You lose 3 turns. Website savvy. Move ahead 8 spaces. Living rural area. Question mark. Lose 4 turns. Trying to make an appointment by phone. Back 5 spaces. You live in a poor community. You lose 6 turns. You're still lost online. You lose 3 turns. Expiring shots available, move ahead 6 spaces. Go online at 3 a.m. Your niece figures out the website. It goes on and on and on. And I was thinking how far we've come from all of this, Oh, then you says anti-vaxxers shut down the clinic, lose 1 turn, vaccine supply runs out, return to start. And then somewhere along the way you get an appointment. I'm telling you, Biden, you got to give them credit. They got out 4 million shots in a day. Do you know what is involved? You've got the we can't even get out 4,000, eye creams in a day. Okay, you got to get the temperature control. With Pfizer, it's like -000. You got to have the special equipment. Then you've got to have people that are trained, and then you've got to have a place to store it, and then you've got to label. Everyone has to have a batch number, and then it's just complicated. And they started out, they got 4 million. When Biden took over, they were getting out like 80,000 or something. I forget the number, but you've got to give them credit for that. I'm just so proud of them for doing it. Listen, if Trump would have done it, I would have been happy about it too. Don't get me wrong. He just didn't. He couldn't drop ship PPE. People were wearing those plastic gowns around. Meanwhile, COVID. Last week, there have been 30,600,000, almost 31 million cases total worldwide. In the U.S. 554,000 dead, and 208,000 vaccinated, and vaccines distributed. 208. Oh my God, my numbers are wrong.
No, something's wrong because you said 5,000 dead. That's not right because it's 500,000.
No, 554,000 deaths.
Okay.
Yeah. And then they've gotten out 208 million distributed vaccines, of which 161 have been administered. 30% of Americans have received at least one dose, and 70% of elder people have received 2 doses.
Yeah,
and now they're starting to do 16-year-olds and 15-year-olds, and now they're starting to test it on infants. And now they're saying that when a pregnant woman takes the vaccine, she passes on the immunities to the baby, which is, I would do that right away if I was pregnant, because once the baby's born, I'd be nervous about giving them that vaccine. But if they can pass it through your system and safely give it to them, why not? Then the other thing, there were 2 or 3 people that have been coming out. Remember during the insurrection, those people that refused to wear the mask, those nut jobs? Well, half a dozen people got the COVID from it. Now they're saying that the long-term effects can go on for months, if not years. It's just unbelievable. So another gender reveal death. Remember we were talking about that? Another one. A person flying around in a plane, the thing gets tangled up and the plane crashes. That was in Mexico. Streaming a baby sign. If you're going to have a girl or a boy, put on some pink lipstick or put on some blue eyeshadow and go out and say, hello. It's ridiculous. I just can't. Bring out some balloons. People are dying from these reveals.
There should be a TV show on it.
They really should. Oh my God. Oh, the infrastructure bill is going to create 2.3 million jobs. That's what they're saying. All right, so we're out of time. I could go on and on. Oh, I just want to point out 200 people died from the Texas power failure, but yet they don't want to be part of the national grid system, and they definitely don't feel they need any infrastructure. But
also, they're not rolling back any of those bills. I read that if you got a $20,000 bill, you got to pay it.
Well, they're going to have to fight that in court. 100 cases of hypothermia, 16 cases of carbon monoxide deaths, 22 died from medical devices that failed, and 200 people total died. This is in Texas just from that. And meanwhile, I think you need to all write your congressman and tell them they need to do whatever it takes to fire DeJoy. We're getting one every other day. It's somebody didn't get their mail, somebody didn't get their check, somebody didn't get their skincare, somebody didn't get something. So you got to get on top of that. Oh, we didn't even get to talk about Matt Gaetz. Oh my God, there's so much to talk about. All right, well, we'll see you guys same time, same place next week. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. See you later.
Bye.
Now, glutathione is a big word, but it's the body's own master antioxidant. So it's a scavenger for free radicals, for bacteria, and what's relevant now, viruses. This is new to the marketplace. There's no other product on the market that has the ingredient NACET.
And basically NACET increases the production of that glutathione that is in our body already to strengthen and enhance our immune system and keep it strong. Elevated sense of well-being. Supports muscle strength and endurance. Cognitive function. Powerful liver support. Energy. helps blood sugar regulation, superior bioavailability of key ingredients.
One of your best defenses against COVID is a strong immune system. Taking GSH Plus as a daily supplement does all that. And now we have the product out on the marketplace.